Snowfall begins in winter, introducing us to Em and her boyfriend Andy, who are traveling with their 3 friends, Kit, River, and Eden. The 5 of them are heading to a remote ski town, far from the city, to celebrate New Year's. During their journey, they hear on the radio about a plane crash in the eastern hills due to bad weather and reports of a virus spreading in the city. Suddenly, the radio signal cuts out. They arrive at the ski town, where River's family owns a house. River's dad calls, instructing him to take care of the house, especially the crockery, as it was his mom's favorite. The call disconnects due to a poor signal. Settling in, they have fun. Later, in the living room, Andy gets a call from a friend, who warns him about an approaching storm. Ignoring the warning, they prepare dinner and drinks, celebrating the evening. At midnight, they notice a fierce storm outside. Em, who often sees the negative side of things, insists they should have left earlier, fearing they might get trapped. No one takes her seriously. Kit steps outside and brings in freshly fallen snow. They all enjoy eating it when the news announces that the storm may intensify tomorrow. Kit warns that they might not be able to leave. Just then, the power goes out. River, whose parents own the house, reassures them that power cuts are common but usually short-lived. However, their backup gas supply is depleted, and in such extreme cold, they cannot survive without a heater. They decide to sleep in the living room near the fireplace. The next morning, Kit suggests checking the roads. If they are clear, they can leave. But after stepping outside, they realize the heavy snowfall has completely blocked all routes, forcing them to stay another day. The following morning, they check the roads again, but they remain impassable. Without electricity, they can't use the heater. The extreme cold puts them at risk of hypothermia, which could be fatal. Eden advises them to keep their hands and feet warm by wrapping them in thick cloth and placing warm water under their feet to maintain body temperature. She warns that no one should sleep, as hypothermia can set in unnoticed and cause death. Determined to stay awake and survive, Kit starts feeling unbearable cold at night. In desperation, he ignites the gas and holds his hands directly over the flames, burning himself. As Kit applies first aid to his burned hand, he tells his friends, "We have more alcohol than food." They had stocked up on alcohol for their New Year's celebration, but now they are trapped with limited supplies. River suddenly panics, realizing they had eaten snow from outside. He recalls the radio warning about a virus spreading, which could be waterborne. He fears they might already be infected, but Andy dismisses his concerns. Meanwhile, River begins hallucinating. He had built a snowman outside, and now he believes it is trying to break through the window. The others reassure him that it's just his imagination, but he grows paranoid, accusing them of playing a trick on him. To distract themselves, Kit suggests they share their New Year's resolutions. He starts by saying he wants to stay fit and work out regularly. Em shares her resolution, to escape from this place and survive. Eden argues that this isn't a real resolution and shares hers. She wants to graduate and become a doctor, fulfilling her mother's dream. Then River reveals his resolution, shocking everyone, "I want to get away from all of you." As they sit in uneasy silence, Andy drifts off to sleep, despite the rule that no one should sleep due to the risk of hypothermia. When he wakes up, he feels fine but notices Em is missing. He searches for her around the house but doesn't find her. Then, he notices the door is open. Looking out the window, he sees her standing outside in the freezing cold, without any clothes. Panicked, he rushes outside, brings her inside, and wraps her in a blanket. Em clutches her stomach, groaning in pain. River becomes convinced that the virus mentioned on the radio is real and that they are all infected because they ate the outside snow. The others begin to fear the same. They suspect Em went outside due to hallucinations caused by the virus, making her perceive the cold as warmth. Eden recalls an experiment where 5 people were locked in a room with gas that prevented them from sleeping. Over time, the lack of sleep severely affected their minds, causing hallucinations. She wonders if the same is happening to them. Prolonged wakefulness and extreme cold might be distorting their perceptions. Andy suggests using the gas from their car to power the generator, which would provide much-needed warmth and relief. River, whose family owns the house, decides to fetch the gas himself. But when he doesn't return for a long time, Andy goes outside to check. He finds River vomiting. River refuses to come inside. He believes that he and his friends are all infected. He fears that if they escape, the virus will spread to the entire world. To prevent this, he insists that none of them should survive. Andy brings River back inside and tells everyone what's going on in his mind. River then attempts to take his own life, but the others stop him and try to convince him that there is no snow virus, they are all fine. Meanwhile, Andy realizes that Em has locked herself in the bathroom. He knocks on the door, but inside, Em is vomiting snow. She has also started to feel that she has been infected by the virus. She thinks that if she cuts open her stomach, all the snow will come out. With that thought, she begins to cut her stomach. Just then, Andy comes in. Andy quickly brings her to another room. Eden searches River's bag for a first aid kit and discovers hidden food, while everyone else is starving. She feels betrayed, thinking River is selfish. Taking the first aid box, she treats M's wounds and warns that they must leave soon before her condition worsens. Eden grows increasingly suspicious of River's sudden shift in behavior. Just a day ago, he was fine. If something changed him, could it affect them too? They've all eaten and drunk the same things. She confronts River about hiding food, insisting it belongs to everyone. River apologizes, and Eden urges him to control his thoughts before something terrible happens. Just then, they hear a noise. Following it, they find Andy chopping up the house's furniture for firewood. River tries to stop him, leading to a fight. In the struggle, the axe accidentally hits Andy, killing him. When Em sees her boyfriend dead, she grabs the same axe to attack River, but Eden stops her. Just then, Eden heard her phone ring, something impossible since there was no signal. Excited, she answers a video call from a friend and explains how they are all trapped. The friend promises to send help. Suddenly, the friend on the call keeps repeating, "It's cold, it's cold." Before the call disconnects, Eden realizes she was hallucinating. There was never a call. Kit tries to calm her down, urging her to control her mind. Determined, he decides to leave alone and find help, despite the cold. As he searches a cupboard for warm clothes, a hand suddenly reaches out, terrifying him. He calls Eden, but when she checks, no one is there, meaning Kit is now hallucinating too. Kit leaves to seek help. Meanwhile, Em, shivering, gets into the car and turns on the heater. She feels relief until she sees Andy sitting beside her, even though he's dead. Worse, she realizes she didn't turn on the heater but the AC, causing her body to start freezing. Hearing the car, Eden and River rush outside, but it's too late, Em is dead. Andy and Em are both gone. Shocked, Eden and River return inside. The next morning, they decide to search for Kit, who had left to find help. As they walk through the snow, they find Kit's clothes. Following the path further, they discover his frozen body. He had started hallucinating, removed his clothes, and died from the cold. They return home, and River decides to break the furniture for firewood to warm the house. As he goes to get the axe, he sees Em seducing him. Drawn by his longtime feelings for her, he follows her into the bathroom. She suggests they take a hot shower together, and in his delusion, he forgets there's no electricity, so no hot water. Suddenly, hands pull him inside. Eden, hearing the water running, rushes to the bathroom and finds River collapsed in freezing water. She drags him out, and at that moment, the power returns. Suddenly, she hears a car outside. Carrying River, she steps out to find the police. A police officer asks, "Are you okay?" She replies, "We're both fine." The officer asks, "Both?" Confused, Eden looks beside her. River is gone. She is sitting alone. River had died in the shower, and everything since was her hallucination. The extreme cold, sleep deprivation, and fear of the virus had affected their minds, leading to one death after another. Perhaps, even the police and her rescue were just another hallucination. What do you think? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments. We hope you liked this story.